Most of you know what foreshadowing is. For those who don't understand what foreshadowing is, it's like an Easter egg left by the creator for a future event in an anime. And if you're a true anime fan, you know which anime produces a large amount of foreshadowing. Yep, you guessed it right, One Piece. Oda-sensei is a maestro when it comes to leaving tiny details that could impact the future. So, if I add One Piece to this list, the list would fill up with only One Piece. So, I am leaving One Piece out of this list. I will make a dedicated video on foreshadowing in One Piece, so don't worry. But we are going to look at the top 9 foreshadowings in anime, excluding One Piece. We should give some competition for all the anime in the foreshadowing race, and the foreshadowing of One Piece will not even allow other participants to compete, so here we go. Number 9, Ryuk warns Light, Death Note. Well, everyone who came into the anime world has seen the anime for sure. It is the best psychological thriller ever made to date. Death Note kicks off with Light Yagami picking up the Death Note. You all know the rest. Tsugumi Oba, the author of Death Note, gave us an overview of what will happen at the end as soon as the manga/anime starts. Ryuk tells Light, when you'll die, I'll be the one writing your name in the Death Note. We got to see the scene at the end where Ryuk wrote Light's name on the Death Note, and I was always vouching for Light, so it made me heartbroken, but amazingly, Oba planned it from the start with Ryuk giving Light the warning at the first episode. That's just crazy, I know. What would you do if you get your hands on the Death Note? Comment down below. Number 8 is Netero's Limbs, from Hiatus X Hiatus. Hiatus X Hiatus is one of the best anime there is, but for fans who are still thinking it's coming back, I am sorry to say it's time to move on this one, folks. It's not coming back. There were many legendary moments in Hiatus X Hiatus, and we all left one thing. It was a very tiny detail, but Togashi nailed it. The Hunter x Sam arc, we all got to see a ball game where Netero, Gon, and Killua. Netero pledged that he would be using his left arm and right leg. So you might be wondering what detail was left. In the Chimera Ant arc, Netero was on fire. The fight between Meruem and Netero was spine-tingling. The old man put up a great show, but the strongest human in the Hiatus x Hiatus world concluded that he could not win against Meruem while he was drawing breath. Netero became a human bomb, but here's the detail. Before blowing himself up, Meruem tears down his limbs. And guess what Meruem took? That's right, his left arm and right leg. There was no mere coincidence, fellow weebs. Togashi took it to another level with this. Number 7, Dina Fritz's Revenge, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan had a lot of foreshadowing, like when Annie was fighting, she covered her nape. Berthold was about to bite his arm when the Titans attack, or throughout the complete series, Hajiyama teases that Eren is going to be an anti-hero. These are all great foreshadowing, but one that struck me the most was Dina Fritz. The Smiling Titan ate Eren's mom, and we could all see this Smiling Titan coming after Eren and his family mostly. It turns out that the Smiling Titan was Dina Fritz, Grisha Jaeger's first wife. Yeah, I think she might be envious of Eren's family because Grisha had a wonderful time with them. On the other hand, with her, she suffered. I was shocked when I see that Dina was the Smiling Titan. Magnificent work, Isayama. I still think the Smiling Titan started smiling when she saw Eren's mom. Number 6 is Natsu Can't Get Out of Runes, Fairy Tail. Anime fans downgraded Fairy Tail because Mashima copied a lot from other animes. I think it's a pretty good show. In the Battle of the Fairy Tail arc, to get Makarov out of the fight, Fried draws some runes that restrict people over the age of 80 and can't get out of the hall. Natsu and Gajeel couldn't leave the hall as well. It was very early in the show, and I was like, what the hell was happening? That guy was 16! After a few arcs, Mashima revealed that Natsu and the rest of the 4 Dragon Slayers was in fact 400 years ago from the past and was sent to this era to defeat Acnologia. I won't accept the fact how these guys beat Acnologia. It is the sole reason I wouldn't say I like the final arc. Still, the foreshadowing is immense, and for someone who copies a lot from other anime, this was quite unique. I still think Mashima deserves the glory for this very good foreshadowing. Yeah, weebs, Lucy's boobs aren't the only thing to notice in Fairy Tail. Number 5, Roy Mustang becomes blind, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Finally, Full Metal Alchemist enters the list with a homunculus, foreshadowing. In one of the best rage scenes in all of anime, Roy Mustang was having a blast. The revenge-minded Mustang takes all of his wraths on Lust for murdering his best friend. This was a cold scene where Mustang snapping his fingers relentlessly on Lust. Even though the homunculus has regenerative abilities, the continuous cremating leads to Lust's death. In her last moments, Lust tells Mustang, I look forward to the day when those eyes will be wide with agony. The words hit on the spot in the ending of Full Metal Alchemist when Roy Mustang became blind. Authors like Hiromu Arakawa can even make a few sentences said by a character into reality without us noticing. Well, that's just one tiny reason that makes FMAB one of the best ever. Number 4, the Wizard King's Resurrection, Black Clover. Julius Novarchrono was so OP that the author had to nerf him. And I always wondered what tattoo or symbol on Julius's forehead was. In the fight with Patry to save the kingdom's people, Julius sacrificed himself. I was bummed all day witnessing Julius's death. This was when Tabata unfolded the mystery. The tattoo possessed his magic, linked to a magic stone, which turned him into a 13-year-old. Could you believe it? Julius had the tattoo from the beginning too. Yuki Tabata was a genius for even letting a small tattoo have an impact on the story. I am delighted that Julius didn't die. So are all the Black Clover fans around the world. The Black Clover anime has taken a break because it has caught up with the manga. We don't want the anime to mess up like Fullmetal, where the anime studio continued the storyline and made a mess. I think a lot of foreshadowing is yet to be revealed by the writer in the Black Clover world. But this is the best one so far. Number 3, the dates. Your Name. According to my perspective, Your Name is the best anime that's been released on the big screen so far. I love this movie a lot. The foreshadowing in this movie is so sharp. It blew my mind when I found it. We all know that Mitsuha and Taki lived 3 different years apart, in 2013 and 2016 respectively. Yet they were all connected somehow. Still, the most prominent detail was when they look at their phones. Some of you might not notice the dates, but the date on Mitsuha's phone was on September 12, Thursday, and on Taki's phone it was September 12, Monday. We all missed it at first glance, but while rewatching, it was clear. Now you have the question, why couldn't Taki and Mitsuha figure out the dates and unfold the mystery? Haha, then the anime would have ended immediately, but still, the detailing was crazy, and the anime studio deserves all the credit. Number 2, the anonymous man on the mountain, Naruto. Hashirama Senju and this chick's fight was legendary. Hashirama won all battles against Madara when he was alive. Dude, Hashirama was called the god of shinobi. What do you expect? During the last fight against Madara in episode 370, he senses a person in the mountains, and in episode 462, Kishimoto revealed that back then, Black Zetsu was the one standing on the hills. Kishimoto, you are a genius. This reveal is a huge plot twist that no one expected. Number 1 was Kyo's flashback in Fruit Basket. First of all, this is the best anime I've watched recently. I was speechless after watching the series and started to rewatch the anime. On the 10th episode of the first season, Kyo argues with Shigure, and before he runs away, the anime shows a 2-second flash scene. At first, I didn't know what that was, but in the final season, the anime revealed that it was Kyoko's death scene, and Kyo was related to her. I mean, come on, this foreshadowing is nuts. After rewatching, I was utterly unaware that Takaya-sensei left a colossal Easter egg in the first season to connect it with the last season. Very impressive, I must say. Anyways, that's it folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. I do know this list is not as promising as the foreshadowing shown in One Piece, but I hope you stick around with us, cause next up on Animix Facts, Top 10 Foreshadowings in One Piece.